This is live. Anything can happen, guys. We will see. Hello! How are you?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Brilliant. I'm just going to introduce you, Alice, and then you're going in front of the camera. Sorry about that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lovely guest on tonight. She's been on your telly presenting Channel 4 racing, ITV racing. She's done eventing. She's won races on the flat, hurdles, jumps. She's done it all, really. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little chat with Alice Plunkett. Welcome to our show, Alice. There we go.
Thank you.
Everyone can see you. Right, so you've had a hell of a career, and how did it all start for you, Alice?
Oh, do you know what? I've been so lucky because I feel very blessed that from being a child I had a passion, and I think certainly in the current crazy times we're in now, you know, that's what everybody wants for their children. And I loved my ponies. I was very lucky to live in a rural area, and I was part of the pony club and the hunting and pointing, and it was always just part of my life. My parents were not professional riders at all, very much hobby riders, but they loved their racing and they used to take us pointing, and that sort of ignited my fire, really. And then when I was 16, I got the opportunity for my birthday to ride out for a great trainer called Roddy Armitage. I met Marcus and G, who G at the time was a very successful female jump jockey, and Marcus obviously went on to be a very successful amateur jockey. And really with them and the guidance of their mum Sue, I just got the opportunity to ride to Point of Points, and that led to riding at Aintree, and you know, one thing led to another, and I ended up in a very lucky position to have been the only woman to have ridden badminton and Aintree, and that sort of gave the media a bit of a tagline for me and opened up all sorts of doors and opportunities that I've been very blessed to enjoy.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's lovely watching you on the ITV, and you do the national hunt racing, which is our favourite. As you know, we've been following Bob Champion in these last 4 weeks, and what an amazing guy he is. He joins us on our show every Friday night, and he's going to come on a bit later tonight because he's made room for you. And what an amazing guy he is, and it's the eve of his walk tonight, and he's got one more walk to do, and that's where the great Aldeniti was trained. And you're associated with, you're very, very friendly with Tina, aren't you?
Yeah, Tina's one of our best mates. William, my husband, in fact, is godfather to Harry, her son. And, you know, Will and Tina go back a long way. I always joke that she always jokes too that she's his wife at competitions when I can't go because of the kids, and she's a very dear friend. And actually, you know, the story of Bob and Aldeniti has been so much at the forefront of our minds because of the 40-year anniversary. So we covered it very heavily on ITV as part of the coverage for the Grand National, because everybody loves Bob, don't they? And loves that extraordinary story that's associated with the race. And so then when he gave me the opportunity to go and walk with him the other day, it was just such a privilege to walk with him and listen to his stories. And you know, so after that I rang Tina because I came home and watched Champions the movie. I don't know if you watched that recently.
Oh yes, many times.
Oh God, right, you know, the whole thing. But I rang Tina just to say, wow, what a man Josh Gifford was. You know, the loyalty he showed to Bob, when many other people would not have stuck with Bob through that awful time and promised him the ride and kept that promise and was repaid bucket loads by Bob and by the horse. But I really wanted to say to Tina, you know, wow, what a man your dad was.
He was absolutely terrific, and you probably don't know this. I started my charity work back in the late 80s, and Josh Gifford was part of that. And he came to events for me and helped us raise lots of money. And we supported motor neurone disease for him. And yeah, we had a great bond. And I've just got to say, I've been down the yard and met Nick and Ruth, and I'm off down there tomorrow. They're a wonderful family and absolutely privileged to know them, really. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So all the things you do then, show jumping, jump racing, flat racing, presenting, what's your favourite?
Well, now I'm an old lady, aren't I? So I've been so blessed to be part of an incredible team. It's 3-year anniversary since we won our first BAFTA, and you know, I felt very, very lucky when I joined the top 4 team in the early days. That's 20 plus years ago now, and Lord Oaksey was still part of the team. Brian Scott, obviously Alice Dow, John Frankham, John McCruick, and I couldn't believe it as a little 20-something-year-old. I just honestly couldn't believe that I was part of this iconic team, and I learned so much from them, and I loved being part of that, and I didn't really think it could get any better. And then as time goes on and the rights change, and then being lucky enough to be selected to be part of the ITV team, again, I thought, gosh, you know, how am I going to fill big boots, and how am I going to reinvent myself as part of this team? And actually, it's been wonderful because they've given me the confidence to stay very true to myself. You know, they let me follow the stories, they let me talk to the stable staff and really find out the stories behind those key members of the racing story and the racing family. And it's been just so much fun. Chamberlain is a fantastic lead. Francesca Kamani is so beautiful and so passionate about the sport and so knowledgeable. And of course, we've got Richard Hoyles in there, Matt Chapman, who loves to stir us all up, gorgeous Ollie Bell, so wonderful, and Luke and Mick and AP, and you know, we're all just in it to tell the stories of racing and make sure that racing, you know, gets the platform it deserves. We're very, very lucky.
Yeah, you're an amazing team, and it's a pleasure watching you every Saturday afternoon, or even during the week. So, what's your favourite, Cheltenham Festival or the Grand National?
Oh gosh, I love the Cheltenham Festival. I was lucky enough to be on board at Cheltenham. I grew up down the road from Cheltenham, and for me, it's absolutely the mecca. The team there are phenomenal. Simon Clace and his gang, Ian Renton, and they're just so good at what they do, and they provide brilliant footing. You know, this year under the toughest of conditions, they put on an incredible festival, and they gave those amazing facilities to the Irish. I just love the Cheltenham Festival. That Tuesday, you know, when we kick off with the Supreme, and it just comes out thick and fast. You're like, I'm back with that. For it all
brilliant.
And I love it. But the National, they've done amazing, haven't they, at Aintree with that meeting, and really bumped up the quality of the card. You know, we've got 20 grade ones over that meeting now, and it's a really, really brilliant meeting. But it's still, for me,
the Cheltenham
I will go to Cheltenham.
Yeah, brilliant. And Tina Cook, when we had her on, we had a little chat, and she rode in a charity race at the festival and won. And she was over the moon that I managed to find that out, and she was quite excited about talking about it. It was actually...
She was so brilliant. I've rode in a few charity races with her. She was terrifying. She's so competitive. She'd literally run over a granny to win a race. She's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, Alice. Thank you so much for joining us. I think all our followers, we have 1,000 views by the weekend. It's fantastic. And you look after yourself.
Well,
and you got.
Well done with all the great work you're doing, and all the charity work you're doing, and all the support for Bob, because you know, we all get behind Bob, but you know, you're really putting it into focus, and I know Bob's massively grateful for all the money you're raising for the Bob Champion Cancer Trust. Anyone watching, tomorrow's the last day. When I was with Bob earlier in the week, they raised 50,000. But you know, obviously Bob now has made public that he's now not well again, and I think we should all, as a racing community, get behind him, push to 100,000. He should be knighted. He's just such a hero to all of us, and thank you to you for the massive support you give him.
Thank you very much, and I'll second everything you've just said, Alice. Thank you ever so much, love, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you take care.
Have a wonderful weekend.
And you. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a lovely girl. There we go. What a smashing girl Alice is, and it's been a pleasure talking to Alice tonight. And there we go. And obviously she's very fond of the Giffords and best friends with Tina. And fantastic. There we go then. And yes, we all heard that Bobby's unwell. Well, he's not unwell in himself, but he is unwell as such. He's had a scan, and they've found a tumour on one of his kidneys, and after this walk, Bob will be taken into hospital and have it taken away. And yeah, like she said, it's his last day tomorrow. Let's all get behind him. I do have a figure, and I will share it with you later, what Bob is actually up to, which is incredible. Right, we're going to move on to race number 2 then. And I can tell you next week, we've got another racing presenter on next week, and it's incredible. He's been on the telly for the last 50 years. He's an incredible man. I met him on Wednesday, had a little chat, and he's coming on next week, Mr. Bruff Scott, and he'll have some stories for us as well. So there we go, the guests keep coming, and Bruff Scott will be next week. Right, we're going to turn round